Prep. Today's Tuesday, December 13th, and it's the day 3. I'm Chris Chaser, and here are your morning announcements. The Wellness Committee will be holding a meeting today in room 305 at 2:45. It is very important that all members attend. New members are always welcome. Attention freshmen and peer counselors. We are in a peer counseling cycle. Peer counselors are reminded to report to Mr. Houlihan's office at 8 a.m. on the morning of their respective peer group meetings. Freshmen should report to their peer counseling rooms rather than their group guidance rooms. Please see Mr. Houlihan with any questions and/or concerns. An important music ministry announcement. The music ministry singers are asked to meet with Mr. and Mrs. Donna Free in room 208 during this week's activity period. Just the singers, not the musicians. And now for Severio Koliakovo with Tech Leaks.
Hello and good morning, Iona Prep. I'm Severio Koliakovo here with my GFL segment, Tech Leak. Today's episode, we will be covering the most important and most used electronic device, the iPhone. Rumors have had it that Apple will not be releasing the S version of the 7, but yet they will be releasing the iPhone 8. This is because iPhone will be celebrating its 10th anniversary in June. It was also mentioned that the iPhone will take a big leap into the future. What we know so far is that the iPhone 8 will have an all-inclusive glass design, 3 models, the Samsung OLED display, and yes, no home button. So most likely it will look something like this. As you can see, the touchscreen makes up most of the area in the front of the phone and has a beautiful curvature like on the S7. The 3 sizes include the standard model, the Plus, and the new model, which is yet to be said. Samsung announced back in March that they signed a contract with Apple in which Samsung would give them 60,000 OLED displays a month. And yes, for another price to pay, it's sad to see the home button go. But Apple has already taken the physical press of the home button. Instead, it will be replaced with a flat, invisible sensor that will detect your finger, in which is displayed in this blueprint. As you can see, the finger rests at the bottom of the phone, triggering the phone to go back to the home screen. Well, that's all for today's episode. If you're interested in Tech Leak and would like to be a part of this GFL segment, drop me an email at 19colax@ionaprep.com. Thank you.
The Wellness Committee will be holding an important meeting today after school in room 305 at 2:45. New members are always welcome. SFC Executive Board members and members of the SFC Action Committee are asked to report to room 402 at this time. Now for this day in history.
Good morning. I'm Damien Garcia, and here's your day in history. December 13th. On this day in 1862, Confederate General Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia repulses a series of attacks by General Ambrose Burnside's Army of the Potomac at Fredericksburg, Virginia. The defeat was one of the most decisive losses for the Union Army, and it dealt a serious blow to Northern morale in the winter of 1862 to 63. Vice President Al Gore reluctantly concedes defeat to Texas Governor George W. Bush in his bid for the presidency, following weeks of legal battles over the recounting of votes in Florida on this day in 2000. And finally, after spending 9 months on the run, former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein is captured on this day in 2003.
Students that are interested in helping wrap gifts for the SFC toy drive after school tomorrow and Thursday should sign up with Mr. D'Alfonso. Please give your attention to the X period activities for Wednesday.
Here are the locations for tomorrow, period X, December 14th. General Study Hall in the cafeteria in room 401. Sophomore and Junior Open Gym in the Telly Gym. Fitness in the Fitness Center. Freshman Open Gym in the Hefferman Gym. National Honor Society Study Center in room 207. Aviation Club in 304. Italian Club in 107. Reconciliation with Father Norton in the chapel. Art Club in the Verney. Music Ministry in room 208. Rock Ensemble in the Verney. Speech and Debating 211. Peer Counseling Training in 204. Study Skills Workshop in 200. Mr. Braca in 122. And Mr. Henry in 106, Mr. Gillenwater in 213, Miss Baraglino in 305, Mr. Fava in 109, Mrs. Lopez in 303, Brother Menendez in 111, Brother Harris in 117, Mr. Dombrowski in 302, Mr. Salucio in 108, Mr. Carollo if you need help with your exam in 402.
Now for a message from Mr. Mead and Miss Maz.
Hey guys, I'd like to take a minute to inform you about a special event we have coming up on Friday, December 23rd. The Iona basketball program will be facing St. Raymond's, and we will be having our second annual Quinn for the Win basketball fundraiser to raise money for ALS. We will be selling t-shirts this week, and there will be other fun events to come. Now to Ms. Maz for some important information.
So some of you may not know what ALS is, so I just thought I would put together a little bit of information for you to understand the need for your support for finding a cure for this terrible disease. ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which in short robs those afflicted of their strength and independence, causing them to lose all muscle control and ability to perform simple daily life activities. Activities such as the simple act of putting on shoes, getting dressed, picking up a fork to eat, and going to the bathroom unassisted. Currently, there's no cure for this disease, and once diagnosed, there's a 2 to 5 year life expectancy. Patrick Quinn is one of the creators of the social media frenzy, the ALS Bucket Challenge, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and has become one of the disease's biggest and hardest working advocates. So as we work together to fight this horrific disease, I ask you to come out on Friday, December 23rd, buy a shirt, and support both your current Iona Prep brothers as well as Patrick Quinn, an Iona Prep alum. Hope to see you there.
Today's lunch is chicken parm. Today's home games are JV basketball and varsity A basketball versus All Hallows. Well, that's all for today, Iona Prep. Once again, I'm Chris Chaser. Have a great day.